Leading the championship is 21-year-old Irishman Eddie Irvine, but he is in trouble. He is in 13th position on the grid, the 5th row after gearbox trouble yesterday, which they put right, but too late, and he has a real disadvantage, to put it mildly. Second in the championship, 5 points behind Eddie Irvine, but in pole position for the start of the race, 24-year-old Alain Menu from Geneva, Switzerland, in his Reynard Minister. And of course, with a clear track in front of him, it should be all systems go for him. One Reynard and 2 Van Diemens in the front row. Manu, Kenny Brack, the Swedish driver, and Antonio Simões making up the front rank of the grid. Simões comes from Portugal. Then in the second rank, the leading English driver, Stephen Robertson, with from Australia alongside him, Neil Cunningham. Then the third row, the experienced veteran Dave Coyne, Ringo Hein, and the Japanese driver Takuya Kurosawa. So there's a mix of nationalities. It is a 10-lap race, and there's a line drying on the circuit. It's going to be very interesting. Eddie Irvine doesn't get away particularly well. A sparkling start, though, and into Copse Corner they go, and it looks as though so far we are all clear. Nobody has taken anybody off. And then too late, I spoke, too late, because off they go. Eddie Irvine has avoided it, and one of the favourites is out already. Indeed, a man from pole position, because that's Alain Menu, who was second in the championship and still is at this moment. He is obviously absolutely livid. Taken off on the first corner, the favourite for the race furiously kicks the tyres in his frustration. Manu is out, and that gives Irvine a big chance to consolidate his championship lead. Let's have a look at it again. Look for the red car. There it is on the inside of Copse Corner, Alain Menu. He's going to be nudged from behind. Indeed, he has been. And there he is hit again, and the left front wheel is askew on the suspension as the man who hit him sprints through, gets on the grass, slides, goes into the gravel, and Manu's race and his chances of the Esso Championship of 1987 are finished. Misery and frustration, Manu, but the race is on, and now the question is, where will Eddie Irvine, number 1 in his distinctively coloured blue car with the yellow diagonal stripe, be? He started way down in 13th position on the grid, and here they come into the new complex at Woodcote, replacing the old chicane. And it's Kenny Brack, the Swedish driver, in the lead, number 10. Behind him, it's Ringo Hein, the Englishman. Then Antonio Simões, and there, in the middle of the pack, number 1, Eddie Irvine. And he is in already about 9th position, so he has made up places on the first out of 10 laps. But now, Irvine, there he is. The man from Portadown, Northern Ireland, is almost certain to win the championship. Manu, his challenger, is out of the race, and Antonio Simões, third in the championship, was over 50, over 60 points behind him. So, provided Eddie Irvine keeps going, he's going to win this championship, as he has already won the RAC Formula Ford Championship of 1987. He's in 10th position. But now, look at the car on the right. The red Swift of Coyne. Dave Coyne takes the lead. And he is challenged by number 4, Ringo Hein, who comes from Marlborough. Dave Coyne is racing one of the few Swifts in this race. The car originally designed in America and is now being produced in Britain by Frank Bradley, himself an ex-Formula Ford 2000 racer. The fastest lap we have so far is by Kenny Brack, the Swedish driver, 2 minutes and 0.6 seconds, and that is, and off goes Kozo Orita, the Japanese driver in his Van Diemen, and under the bridge into the new Woodcote corner, the left and then the right. Hine leading, Coyne second. And now up into third position has come Jonathan McGall in the Mondial. So we've got two Irish drivers doing well. Irvine leading the championship. McGall challenging Coyne for second place. Look at him in the blue car, and look at Simoes as well. That's number 3. So it is Ringo Hine leading. Coyne is down to second position. Jonathan McGall is in third place. Simoes is in fourth position. And it's a Van Diemen leading. They are made near the Snetterton racing circuit. And Coyne, one of the older drivers in the race, 29 years old, burly David Coyne, tremendously determined. Number 9 is Neil Cunningham, very quick man who comes from Australia. He, like Coyne, is driving one of Frank Bradley's Swifts. But it is still Ringo Hine, the farmer from Marlborough, 3 years racing experience, 2 wins this season, driver of the year for the BRSCC in 1986. He's leading now. Look down the field and you'll see going through there is Pedro Chavez. And there is Irvine tucked up behind Vivian Daly, number 11, the Irish driver. There is Irvine still in 10th position, utterly secure, with a massive lead now in the championship over the third position man in the championship, Antonio Simoes, who is in fourth position in the race, but ever changing positions at the front. There's the leader, Ringo Hine. Now the circuit is slowly drying out. Very heavy overnight rain left the circuit absolutely sodden first thing this morning, but you can see a slightly dry line emerging as they come through to complete 4 laps. Now Ringo Hine has got a discernible lead over Dave Coyne, with McGall in third position, with Simoes in fourth position. Fifth is Kenny Brack, and in sixth position is Neil Cunningham in the orange car. That's the Australian Neil Cunningham. That's Simoes in the yellow one. Behind Simoes, number 3 is Kenny Brack's basically green Van Diemen with its Scholar engine. Formula Ford is the most successful and popular formula in the history of single-seater racing. Formula Ford happens all over the world. The cars are basically the same, 108 horsepower from a good engine. They weigh about 420 kilograms. They all use the same type of Dunlop road tyre, and in the right conditions, which is not ideal here today, they will do about 130 miles an hour down the straight. Dave Coyne leads. He's taken that lead from Ringo Hine. There is McGall, number 5, in third position as they round the right-hander at Club. They're at the fastest part of the course now. There's Club corner, Stowe in the background. Now you can see as off. Well, it's Mr. Orita. He's come a long way from Japan to take part in this race. Dave Coyne has an advantage. He has broken away in Formula Ford terms. He actually has a discernible lead now over Ringo Hine. He has a clear circuit in front of him. He can pick his own line. Off goes another spinner. And look at Irvine, still behind Vivian Daly. Vivian Daly is behind the young man from Cardiff, Julian Westwood. And this is the 7th lap in this 10-lap race. And Dave Coyne coming up to lap a tail-ender. Now, Coyne has really got things under control now, because you see he has broken the toe between himself, and he's even broken the toe now between himself and Ringo Hine, who nearly lost it there. Dave Coyne, out on his own, the most experienced man in the race, leads with 4 laps to go, including the one that they are on. Times well down, of course, compared with Antonio Simoes' lap record in Formula Ford here at Silverstone, 1 minute 43. That's a speed of 100 103.2 miles an hour. But the first four men unofficially broke the lap record in practice. 44 is John Newton from Bridgend in the Quest. He is about to be engulfed by, first of all, Coyne. There he goes past him to lap him. Followed by Ringo Hein, second in the green Van Diemen. Sixth in the Formula Ford Festival in 1986, Ringo Hein. But Coyne, given the car and the engine, which he has, really ought to win this race, even though he started from sixth on the grid. And it looks to me as though Ringo Hein can do nothing about the leader as they run wide onto the concrete rumble bars. 8 laps completed, across the line goes Coyne. Then Ringo Hein. Third is Simoes in the background in the yellow car. In fourth position, it's still Kenny Breck. But now Irvine, with about 6 miles to go, has got the championship well and truly sewn up. He started off with a 5-point lead over Alain Menu, who went out on the first corner. There is the distinctive Van Diemen, the works Van Diemen of 21-year-old Eddie Irvine from Portadown in Northern Ireland, who has already won the REC Formula Ford Championship and is now absolutely bang on target to win the Esso Championship and make it a very prestigious double for himself, which will do him no harm with his prospects for moving up to Formula Ford 2000 maybe in 1988, as Dave Coyne laps the tail ender. Does it very carefully and deliberately. He's not going to throw the race away at this stage. And Ringo Hein does it rather less deliberately. In the background, number 3, Simoes, is closing slightly. There's the Portuguese champion, comes from Lisbon. Like most of them, he started his career in karts. And now they're quite spread out. In fourth position, Kenny Breck. In fifth is Vivian Daly. Sixth is Julian Westwood, and up to seventh now is Eddie Irvine, so he is on 4 points to add to the 159 he already has. Simoes, there's Breck in the background, and Dave Coyne is now on his way to Cops on his 10th and last victorious, if he goes on the way he is, lap. Kenny Breck there, the green car, is in fourth place. So the burly, ginger-haired Dave Coyne, who has, over the years, sadly from his point of view, failed to achieve the drives that many people think he deserves, because he's still in Formula Ford 2000, very occasionally Formula 3. He's going to win this race quite easily, because he has a commanding lead now over Ringo Hein as they come out of Chapel, down the Hangar Straight. There's Ringo Hein behind him. Third and about to lap the blue car is Antonio Simoes, third in the championship and appropriately number 3 as Coyne goes into Stowe Corner. Even in the wet here, he probably hardly backs off, and he will be approaching it at very nearly 120 miles an hour as he closes up on Bob Bailey, number 39 from Riding Mill. Out of club, up to the very, very quick Abbey curve, with the farm on his right and the welcome sight of the bridge on the approach to the new Woodcote corner. Dave Coyne, the winner designate, left, chased by Ringo Hein, right, out of the corner, accelerates up, changes gear. There is Ringo Hein in second place. The winner of the last round of the 1987 Esso Formula Ford Championship is Dave Coyne. Ringo Hein is second. Simoes is third. In fourth position, Kenny Breck. But the championship leader is, appropriately enough, number 1, Eddie Irvine, and he is now the championship winner as he comes through to cross the line to add to his points. Alain Menu was removed early on in the race, and Eddie Irvine is the double Formula Ford champion of 1987. Victory in the 15th and final round of the Esso Championship to Dave Coyne in his Swift. In second position, Ringo Hein in the Van Diemen. Third, Antonio Simoes in another Van Diemen. In fourth place, Kenny Breck Van Diemen. In fifth position was Pedro Chavez Van Diemen. And sixth place, Eddie Irvine.
And these are the final championship standings. The title going to Eddie Irvine, 11 points clear at the finish, a formality that after Alain Menu went off on the first lap.